Sure. Thanks for having me. Played on Thursday night last week, which seems like a long time ago, but we had a quality win over Georgia State here at home, and really got off to a fast start. Thought we played probably as good as we played all year in the first quarter, and we're able to hang on. And on offense, ran the ball really effective, over 9 yards per carry, hit 4 plays of 50-plus yards. And then on defense, we did a good job of limiting the run. And just a good win for us overall, gets us to 3-0 in the league and 2-0 in our division. And stepping out of the league this week and playing a Liberty team, going to Lynchburg, Virginia, and hopefully we'll represent our conference in the right way.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Damian Sordelet with the Lynchburg News. Please go ahead, Damian.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. Can you give us an update on Caleb Barker if you have one?
Yeah, we're going to get some things back on him this morning, and we're going to talk about him at our press conference. That you can get the live feed. We're going to talk about his injury here in the next hour or so.
Okay, and when you've been looking at how this team has been performing this year, your team specifically, what do you like so far about what you've been able to do, especially from the defensive perspective and being able to maintain that level of play you've had the past 2 seasons?
Yeah, we've been a little bit up and down, probably not as consistent defensively as we've had in the 2016-2017 season. We played probably our best overall game last week against a Georgia State offense that had some success against some good people. So I think we're trending upward. The thing that I like is we're creating negative plays, tackles for loss, sacks. That's been probably our best trait on defense so far.
And when you look at and when watching game film from the New Mexico State game, what did you notice that the Aggies were able to do to get pressure on Liberty's quarterback and be able to be a little bit more disruptive and not let him get into a rhythm offensively?
Well, just being familiar with New Mexico State, because we played there. We played them the last 3 years when they were in our conference. And first of all, it's a really tough place to play. It's a tough travel. You actually fly into El Paso and you stay in El Paso and drive over. So it's a tough place to play, especially for Liberty. I think they went cross country twice. They played New Mexico and then turned around and played New Mexico State. So I think it's a tough trip. And then what they do on defense is they're really a high pressure team and bring them a lot of different ways. That's not necessarily who we are. But New Mexico State did a lot of that, and they blitzed a lot from the edge, and they had some success. But they also gave up some big plays on that as well, as Liberty had a lot of big plays in the passing game.
And what's going to be a key for your group this week to limit those big plays that Liberty has been able to get, specifically in the passing game, to number 11, Antonio Gandy-Golden?
Well, it's going to be a challenge for us without a doubt. I think the quarterback, the Calvert kid, is playing at an extremely high level. I think if you look at his production across the board, it's he's throwing the ball for well over 300 yards. And it's not just the Gandy-Golden. I think Gandy-Golden he was a kid that we were familiar with in high school, and he's continued to grow and develop. I think he's got great ball skills. He's been physical. He's winning a ton of the 50-50 balls, but he's not the only guy. The Stubbs kid is a guy that's really tough to handle in open space. B.J. Farrow is another guy that's played a lot of football there, that's made some plays. So they've got several in that receiving core that's going to be a challenge for us to cover.
From the offensive standpoint, no matter who you had at quarterback, Liberty's passing defense has been suspect the last 2 weeks. I think giving up 800 yards, passing 8 touchdowns. What have you seen there that you might be able to exploit and be able to take advantage of?
Well, I think it's difficult to go on those 2 games because the first one against New Mexico, they were up so big at half. New Mexico didn't have any choice but to throw the ball, so they completely abandoned the run. And Liberty just kind of kept everything in front of them because they were protecting that big lead. So I think you throw that game away. And then New Mexico State is a team that is really dependent on the pass. That's what they want to do. That's been their identity really for the last 3 years, is they want to throw the football. And that's not necessarily who we are right now. So we'll look at those films, but that's neither one of those offenses really mirror what we're trying to do. But I do think this is I think that they played some good offenses. I think that the guys that stick out to me, I think that the two defensive ends are good players. What's happened is these teams have thrown the ball and had some success. They've been able to chip and slide the protection, especially to the Wells kid. So we got to figure out a way to kind of neutralize those two defensive ends as well.